This podcast may contain adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Welcome to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm the host with mud snot in my nose. Me.
And I've got mud boogers, Mrs. Always Right.
And we're coming to you from that little trailer park in Jacksonville, Texas.
Yes, we said Jacksonville, Texas.
Jacksonville, Texas.
And I can tell you, okay, if you're older like me anyway, this is the hometown of the one and only Neil McCoy. And wait,
nope.
So, and
go ahead.
if you know who this is, just give me a little wink.
Oh, I see what you did there.
See what I did there? Anyway, very famous music artist.
From the 90s. That's how we know we're old.
I know. But
90s concerts were the best concerts.
Oh, my God. I know.
He was up there. Number one, I did not know he was 63 years old.
64. Thank you very much.
And he got up there and sang his little snook and tail off.
Yeah. So anyway, so Jacksonville, home of Neil McCoy, and we got to see Neil McCoy while we were here, and it was so much fun.
I'm stuttering. Her and I just recorded a ad that we're going to run, and to get a 20-second spot was 20 minutes worth of work.
Well, so, there you go.
So we've been here just running through this ad. Our Patreons are going to get all the outtakes from that, but
they're probably not happy about that.
No, they're like, that's what we're spending our money on. Fuck.
Listen to them over and over.
We went riding at River Run ATV Park for Muddin' for the Cure, which really,
with no mud around,
it turned out to be the Dust Bowl, and that was the dustiest ride we have been on in 2 years.
Ever. That is the dustiest ride. I am still finding dust in my ears and boogers, and I mean I don't know about you, but I feel a big allergy, the scratchy throat, the snotty bullshit, but I know that that's from the ride because, man, cough. Every time I cough, it tastes like dust.
Isn't it weird how you know what that dust tastes like? Because we were in the truck on the way home, and we had it all over our clothes because we didn't change before we left.
Right.
And I think every time I moved, what was it, Pigpen from Charlie Brown?
Yes.
That's what it was like. That was a shit ton of dust.
It was like that all weekend long, from Friday to Sunday.
Well, when we were riding, there was times I had to stop because I couldn't see.
Could not see anything.
And I like to be the last guy in there to make sure I've collected everybody on the trail.
Right. Like an old mother hen, just, come on.
No, when you're trail riding,
mm-hmm.
Okay, you're two. In all reality, your two most experienced people are supposed to be in the very front and the very back.
Okay, not just trail riding. I
Leader,
think most things
sweep.
I think most things are like that. So,
and I'm not claiming to be the most experienced or the second most experienced, but I just like to make sure I get everybody gathered up.
I think it's probably most drunk in the front and most drunk in the back.
That's true.
I think that's how it works for y'all. The most drunk and the most drunk. Y'all are equally drunk.
My voice is fucked up from the concert.
Not just the concert.
I guarantee a lot of it was the concert.
I was yelling too, so I get it. But a lot of that is from that dust. It was so horrible.
Now I know how they felt in the 20s.
I know, the big dust bowl.
Big old dust bowl.
Yeah, I can't imagine living through that. How long did that go on, I wonder?
10 years, 20s to 30s ish.
I couldn't. There's no way I could have made it. I would have been dead.
You don't have a choice.
Dude.
It's
all I could do for 3 days.
I know.
It's so rough. I bet they sold a lot of goggles back then, the 20s and 30s.
I don't think they knew what goggles were. Everything was made of glass. They had to hand blow it. That shit was probably expensive.
Oh,
because that's all hand blown, or not blown, but handmade glass.
Yeah.
It didn't have all this automation and fancy technology.
Yeah, that's true. It's fine.
I would also like to thank everybody who was out there riding with us. I don't want to mention names because I don't know if they want to be named or not. Name starts with M. Name starts with D. Thank you for listening. The Moonshine Supplier. Thank you. The Patreons. Thank you. What?
Let's just stop.
Oh
at
shit!
the
What I do?
Shody's fine flavored moonshine.
Yeah.
He made a new moonshine that we
upside
tried.
down pineapple is good.
Pineapple upside down cake. He made new moonshine,
It's
and
for
that
swingers.
shit was good. Oh, I didn't even think about
But
that.
it is.
Oh
It's for
my
swingers.
god!
It's like, how do you know you swing? Here, try some of my upside down pineapple cake got going on right
You're
there.
saying it wrong. It's pineapple upside down.
Who cares where I put the pineapple in the fucking name? Is it
I
upside
care.
down? And is it have pineapple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have to give it to Shody because it was good. It was very
Upside
good.
down pineapple upside down. Who fucking cares?
Oh, well, it's the way I've always heard it. Pineapple upside down.
Okay. So when you make the cake, do you just turn it upside down and now it's an upside down pineapple cake? Pineapple upside down cake?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Then why turn it over?
Because it's presentation. The pineapple is the presentation.
So
is
you
now
put the pineapples
top.
in the bottom.
Yes, that actually becomes, once you turn it out, the top.
So why can't we just put the pineapples on top and bake it and call it?
Because then it would
upside-
sink to the bottom anyway.
We'll just call it regular pineapple cake.
I don't know. It's just easier to put it on the bottom and put the cake on top.
Anything this week you want to bitch at me for? Did I
Oh my
do
God,
anything
just
wrong
give
this
me
week?
time.
The text?
You know what?
Anything?
Did you breathe this week? No, I'm just kidding. We did get a later start than normal because our cat was an asshole. Nothing to say on that. You
Yeah,
agree?
the cat's an asshole. What do you want
agree?
me to say?
He was.
I told and you get mad at me. So when her and I go to take a trip, I like to set a time. I like to have a time schedule.
Yes.
I like to be on time.
I agree.
You know? Oh, do you? Because we never leave on time.
I try to.
And so, but when
If we could have found the cat before we left, we would have left
I
on
would
time.
have thought you would have planned for that. That the cat's an asshole.
He's not always, but he doesn't always do that when we get ready to leave.
Can't we lock him in the bathroom or a kennel or a closet?
Until it's time to go and then
Yeah,
let him free?
yeah.
Well, that's just mean, because what if he needs to go outside and poop?
He's a fucking dick to us. We could be a dick back to him.
But I
How would he
him.
like it if I climbed in his bed and laid all over him going, fucking pet me, Bob, fucking pet me?
Well, his bed is your bed.
Asshole. Time out. Gotta go spit.
I swallowed it. That's gross. That's real gross. Tastes like dirt. Oh my God. Everything tastes like dirt.
Before when we would take trips and in the earlier part of our marriage, you always felt I was rushing you to do stuff and then we would forget stuff and you'd look back at me like, I told you not to rush me. Now I forgot. And I took our time. I didn't say shit this weekend. I waited patiently while we hunted for the cat and we still forgot the chairs we were supposed to take.
Yes.
And we forgot something else.
Towels.
How are we going to shower without towels?
Well, we borrowed a towel and we used the same towel, but we had showered, so it was clean. So it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And we did say something about the chairs 2 or 3 times. And
I told
did,
you all week to make sure we don't forget the chairs.
And I
It was
told
your
you.
responsibility to pack, to make the food, to make sure we had it, because I got a job.
Well, I did all of that. I told you right before we left. We showered before we left. And I'm like, honey, you need to get us 2 towels down.
You did say that.
Okay.
And for the people not watching the video, the way she shakes her finger at me when she just right. I told you to get the damn towels down.
Remember your granny?
Remember?
Remember?
My granny never got mad at me and never shook her finger at me. My granny loved me.
Well, your granny
Lime
can
jello,
love you and
lime
still...
jello with fruit cocktail. She did whip me one time.
Your granny whooped you?
My great grandma, yeah, she made me go get a switch.
What
Girl,
did you do?
Something to get a switch. I don't fucking know. And I made a mistake. I should have dragged in a log.
You get a real fine
Yeah,
little switch.
yeah, I fucked
that
up.
thing's hurt.
And I know the whole time I'm picking out that little switch, she's just in there laughing her ass off because she's like, yeah, that's what I thought. You get that little one.
Oh, yeah, them little ones hurt way more than the bigger ones.
And
Steve.
speaking of picking up a log, when we were out, when we were out riding the trail, and we had a rider that had
The prom king.
Yeah, the prom king hit a tree and he blew a tire.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get the side by side up high enough to reseat the bead and get the air in there.
The jack, brilliant fucking idea. He's got a little scissor jack that he carries on his cage. I mean, brilliant idea. I'm glad he had it. I'm glad he had it.
Apparently, he couldn't get it up high enough, so we had to look. The first person asked, see if we can find a block. I'm like, yeah, because they just leave those lying around in the woods. And while we're over,
there's trees down everywhere.
And we were looking for a little log
made out of.
And one of the riders that was with us goes over there to pick up a log, and we look up, and you're carrying this big flat piece of wood. This half a fucking tree, Miss He-Man.
Hey, but it worked perfectly.
It did work perfectly. Genius.
Yeah. And we left it there by the tree. That way, if somebody else goes in between the trees.
I don't think nobody else is going to hit the tree.
Well, I hope not, because he did leave a big old mark on it where his wheel hit that tree and knocked the bark off of it.
And that guy, man, he has the worst luck.
The worst luck every time we go riding. The prom
we had found this little mud hole. We try to stay out of the mud. I have these new tires.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see how they work, and I found this little mud hole. And then we were debating on which mud hole to go through.
Right. This one that had water in it.
I liked the one I could see the bottom.
Right.
And he wanted to go through the Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Well, we didn't know it was Olympic size at the time.
Anytime there's water, you always find out.
And it's funny, some bystander actually got a stick that was, probably at least 4.5 foot long, and stuck it down in there, and it went all the way in there. So who knows how deep it was.
So after that, we decided that the trail I had picked was probably the better trail.
Right.
And you and I go through it.
Yes.
And then another female that was riding in our group wanted to go through it because her husband at the time didn't want to go through it. So I took her through it.
Right.
And did the guy on the four-wheeler. Oh, my God.
He tried.
He did try.
Oh, and apparently you have almost a twin.
That's uncanny.
And I don't mean twin as in looks. I mean twin as in
personality,
things you say, just dickheadishness or whatever.
It's not a common trait.
No. But y'all were a lot alike. And so I felt day of it. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
We're good, huh?
Double dose. I mean, I can get you 2 days worth in one day. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're saying you were over it?
No. I had a good time. I did have a good time. Everybody there was great. They were great. But anyway, back to your story. Sorry.
He bought that was a brand new 4-wheeler.
He had just picked it up the day before.
He hit that mud hole the first time and he got buried. And so we drag his ass out.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm going to do it again. I'm like, all right, go ahead. He hit it with a little bit of speed this time, which bogged it to the right side. It tipped over and he landed it back in the mud. His back was covered in mud.
Pretty much from the knees down, because once he stands up, he kind of sinks. Just
that right side was deep.
Solid mud. And he had mud all over his back, everything.
And then the prom king decided it was time for him to go.
Yep.
And he freight trained that shit.
I felt he might have been moving just a little too fast in that. I understand you want a little bit of speed so you have that momentum to go through there. But he fucking floored. I guess he thought it was his race car and he was after
Well, we only know Go and stop. Yeah.
Yes.
And he ended up breaking his tie rod and it twisted the tire out and pulled the axle out of it. So we had to pull him out and do a truss. Another thing we need to pick up for the recovery kit is ratchet straps. Apparently they come in handy.
Oh, yes. When you have to ratchet the front up and the back down.
So just a set of ratchet straps for specifically the recovery kit.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Yeah. And so he ended up blowing a tire and breaking a tie rod, which we got it fixed there at camp once we got him back.
Yes.
So they didn't miss anything.
He didn't miss out on any kind of riding at all, which was good.
And the food was good. Somebody made chili.
Chili and cornbread. Yeah.
And biscuits and gravy.
Yep. I'm going to tell you what.
What?
Shody's girlfriend made a sandwich. What night was that? Saturday night?
Yeah.
Before we went to that concert, right?
Yes.
Or before we went riding?
I don't know. I was there, but I was drunk.
I mean, it's true. Anyway, so Marie made this sandwich, and it was fucking amazing.
Marie doesn't make sandwiches like that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't think Marie cooks. I think Marie just bitches.
No. Marie made that sandwich, and it was fucking good.
It was
and
good.
I don't know if it's just because I was hungry or what, but you got half a Shody sandwich, and he got the other half, and I took a bite of yours, and I'm like, damn, I just want to bring sandwich stuff and eat sandwiches all the time.
Maybe we're overthinking it when we do dinners and stuff.
I feel quick, easy stuff. That's
but we
why I
always
try to
overdo
prep.
it on food.
What do you mean we overdo it?
We always have too much food.
Well, that's because everybody brings something.
So if we're staying there 2.5 days and there's 5 couples, 10 people, that's 5 meals for 2.5 days. And typically we eat breakfast at
10, 11 o'clock.
Or out, right? We go to a concession stand to get breakfast.
Right. And then we eat dinner.
What
basically.
did you pick me up? Nachos? Is that what I ate from No, those street tacos were good.
Street tacos.
Oh, I love street tacos.
Yeah. I wanted to get some nachos because I love nachos.
And you made some nachos here when we got home that were just fantastic.
I did make nachos. I made them today. They were good.
So we had a busy weekend.
It was busy, and now everything. I feel I need to take all these clothes that we brought back with all this dust on them out and wash them in the yard before
Spray them off with the water hose.
Before I bring them in here and run them through the washer, because I'm like, how much mud would build up in that washer because everything is covered.
You can hang
dust.
them on the clothesline and spray them off. And then let them dry, and they bring
Shake
them back.
them or something, because that's why I haven't stuck anything in the washer.
Are they still in that bag?
Yes. That's why I haven't stuck anything in the washer, because it was so dusty that it actually changed what, let's say if you had dark hair, you look like you were gray. It was just...
That is true.
Just so much dust.
I think I'm starting to get a headache.
My throat is killing me.
My voice ain't very good. Your voice ain't very good. We just did 20 minutes worth of trying to make a fucking ad. Do you want to cut this one short?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm
You
sorry.
can't help it.
I can't.
You've been coughing a lot. Have you been checked for the cancer?
No. Should I?
Maybe.
No.
You're starting to worry me a little bit. You
No.
cough all the time
You
now.
don't worry about
It's
me.
that or
Come on.
It's that or it's COVID. Which one is it?
I got the Rona.
Oh shit! I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore.
Can I say Rona?
You have to make up another word for it that's totally not relevant, so nobody
The
knows
sickness.
what you're talking about. Yeah,
The sickness.
you're down with the sickness.
Down
with the sickness.
Oh.
Go ahead. No,
No,
go ahead.
I was just going to talk about Neil McCoy right quick. So during this concert, he came to River Run, where we were camping and the Muddin' for the Cure thing, and he did a lot of his hits. He also did a bunch of covers as well.
Yes.
You know, he made
Beatles.
jokes.
He did the Beatles.
Oh yeah, he did Prince. Michael Jackson.
Purple Rain. He did Purple Rain really good.
You know, and then when he introduced everybody in his band, they each did their own little song, you know, to highlight the instrument that they were playing. And remember the one guy did Elton John.
Benny and the Jets, yeah.
You know.
Is that Elton John?
That is Elton John.
Yeah, Elton John. Benny and the Jets.
Yeah. Anyway,
God, that song drives me crazy.
That I can honestly say that has been almost one of the best concerts that I've ever been to.
He put Kevin Fowler.
He put on such a good show. He made jokes. He was very personable. You know, he didn't act like a big snot. He was dancing. He really enjoyed what he was doing. And I enjoyed watching what he was doing.
I would hope you do whatever it is you do what you love. I know sometimes that's not the case for all of us.
He's definitely doing something
He's doing
he
what
loves.
And for us, you know, I love spending this time with you. I would love to be able to do this with you as a job and get paid and spend this time. But as shitty as this episode was, we're probably not going to get picked up.
Well, you probably wouldn't want to talk to me every single day
I love talking to you. And you spent time with me today.
We would never have anything to say because we would just be talking all the time. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have...
Every time we're together, we always have something to say. We
always got something to say. That's right. We do have a good time.
And you spent time with me. We, went and looked at RVs. It's time for us to get out on our own.
The baby's got to leave the nest eventually. I mean, it's not going to happen this week or next week. So,
And I do appreciate everybody who lets us stay with them when we go ride.
Yes, absolutely. And let us borrow towels and... Yeah.
But it's time to be adults and, move out of the house and work on our own. And,
right.
And then I want to be able to use that to go on other trips.
Yes.
And we touched on this on last week's episode about, that we don't always... We have about a month sometimes in between group rides. Every other weekend, we could just take a trip. I miss fishing with you.
We haven't been fishing.
You and me fishing in the dark.
Oh,
you see what I did there?
What you did there. We haven't been fishing in a very long time.
No.
I remember we used to just, but at the same time, we worked the same schedule. We were off on the same days.
And we were a lot broker, and fishing is cheap.
You know what? I don't look at it like it's cheap. I look at it like it's quality.
It is
time together.
Let me rephrase what I said in husband talk, and let me speak wife talk. Okay. It's a great way to spend quality time that we don't have to spend a lot of money at.
Absolutely.
I apologize for making you think it was just a cheap way to spend time with you.
We would buy like a big pizza and go down there. And we've taken some of the kids and grandkids with us when we've done that before, too.
The time the middle daughter lost her keys in the lake and had to go get a magnet.
Oh, my
I am
God.
the inventor of magnet fishing because it took me an hour and the keys fell right there by the dock.
An hour. It was hours.
I got it back though.
God. Yeah, that's definitely a story. I don't know how much time we have left on this one.
About 8 minutes. If you want to tell the story and kill time, my head's kind of hurting. I'll sit here and listen.
I'm not real sure I can tell the story, but you're fucking phenomenal. You're funny. We were on the dock fishing at a local lake.
Dock. It's a T dock by our house. It goes out on and it makes a T. And we had all the chairs lined up. 4 or 5 across there.
Normal people, when you sat down in these fold out chairs, they have the little cup holders built in, the net cup holders,
beer holders. But you call it what you want to call it.
Whatever. Most people, especially women, let me just say that. Probably
damn
because
straight, especially women.
Guys usually have a beer in their hand, but you throw
and we clip our keys on our belt
or in your pocket or whatever. So, but most women, because you're at the lake, you don't take your purse or whatever. Throw your keys into the cup holder or something like that. It happens. I don't think twice about it or whatever. But apparently at the dock. And then when you get ready to leave, that's not the place they need to be.
That is not.
And
it got windy that day. And she got up out of the chair. I don't know where she was walking to do something. And a gust of wind caught the chair and over it goes. And it happened before anybody could react to it.
Yes.
And after about 5 minutes of wondering what to do, I sent you back to the garage because I had magnetic holders on my pegboard where I put my tools.
We did get the chair back, but couldn't find her keys.
Right. So
her keys were not in it.
You went back home. You got the magnet off of the pegboard and some rope. And I spent the next hour and a half. Yeah. Magnet.
But the funny thing is, you did find keys.
I found everything.
Keys
in there.
To what? It was almost. I want to say like Mercedes or.
No, I think it was like a Ford. It was a Ford key.
Something. It had the key fob and all that stuff.
It was
still
Ford.
On
it had the Mustang on it. Remember the little Mustang, the switch key Anyway,
yeah. So we found those keys long before we found her keys.
Yep.
It was. But you found them. I was so impressed.
Well, I wasn't giving up. They had to be right. They had to be right there.
They had to be right there. But
there was all kinds. But there was all kinds of other shit there.
Oh my God!
And I had to move. I had to move 87 other objects because they fell down in there.
Yeah, but you got them back. Were they to the car that I'm driving now?
I think they were.
I think they.
I do think they were.
I think so. I think so.
Those keys have been into Lake Arlington.
Yeah, they have. So.
All right. Well, I love you.
Well, I love you too, baby.
And I'm sorry to cut this one short. Yeah, we sound horrible.
We sound horrible. Plus,
we take one for the team. We're still up here. We're tired. I got a headache. And we're here doing the show like a trooper.
Well, and not only that, we did spend an extra 20 minutes trying to do a short little ad that
20 seconds is all this ad's going to be. And we cannot get that out in one take.
No. Hell, we can't do this in one take.
No.
No. We're real people, honey.
And my editing skills always shine through.
That is true. Very true.
All that coughing and hacking up along. You got the cancer. You might need to go to a doctor.
I don't have the cancer.
Oh, all right. I love you.
I love you too, honey.
All right. You have a good day.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.